When I'm away from you, I'm happier than ever. Wish I could.
Billie has released and done many projects in her life, and every time she does, it never fails to surprise me. In this case, the one that surprised me the most was an album of hers titled Happier Than Ever, released on the 30th of July 2021, composed by Phineas O'Connell and Billie Eilish herself. And damn, what an era it was. I never see anyone talk about this project, and that sucks, because there's no reason why it should not be talked about. I've always talked about how much I love Billie's creative vision in her music and projects. She never goes with the usual, and always does something unexpected, which I love. This one is one of them, and probably the one I feel this way about the most. A lot of people titled this as her flop era, which I completely disagree with. I remember seeing how much hate she was getting because everyone wanted her old style back, or that the music was too different from her previous project, which isn't necessarily wrong. It definitely was a huge switch up. But I don't see why that was a bad thing. Billie took this new concept, and damn did she do a fantastic job at it. Every time someone asks me what my favorite Billie album is, I always say Happier Than Ever. So today, this video is going to be about why Happier Than Ever is, in my opinion, Billie's best album. My name is Coffee Pick, and I will be your yapper for today. Enjoy.
So if you really wanna know when I'm away from you, I'm happier than ever. Wish I could explain it better. I wish it wasn't true.
Getting Older, the first track on the album. A very deeply emotional song about the feeling of growing up. Right away, it sets the tone for the whole album. It's not trying to be anything big. It's actually pretty mellow. The production's super minimal, letting Billie's voice shine. There's this quiet, almost introspective vibe to it, like she's reflecting on herself in real time, and we're just listening in. The song talks about growing up, but not in that dramatic way you might expect. It's more about those small, subtle changes that come with time. There's no major turning point or epiphany, just a lot of little realizations that hit as life moves on. And that's exactly why it feels so real. It's not forced, not dramatic. It's just Billie laying out how things feel when you realize life isn't as simple as it used to seem. What makes Getting Older stand out is how Billie takes a personal experience and makes it feel so universal. Growing up is something everyone goes through, but she really captures that feeling of realizing things aren't as straightforward anymore. It's like time's just moving on, whether we're ready for it or not. And it's not about rushing to have it all figured out. It's just the vibe of time passing and how everything changes without you even realizing it. For me, this track just clicks. I mean, just listen to these lyrics.
Things I once enjoyed just keep me employed now. Things I'm longing for, someday I'll be bored of. It's so easy that we care so much until we don't. I'm getting older.
I can totally relate to that feeling of slowly changing and not even noticing until you stop and think about it. It's not always clear when it happens, but when it does, it hits. Let's take a look at this lyric. Things I once enjoyed just keep me employed now. I relate. I feel that way with this channel. When I was a smaller channel, I made these videos, and even though barely anybody watched, I enjoyed making them. It was fun and exciting. However, as soon as you put a monetization symbol on it, it starts to become a job. Getting older is a reminder that it's okay to not have everything figured out, that it's all part of growing up. The way Billie captures that uncertainty, that little sense of loss and change, it's just something I can really connect with. And what's interesting is how Billie isn't just reflecting on her own life. She's also commenting on the way time moves and how it doesn't stop for anyone. That feeling of things slipping by without even realizing it is something we all deal with. It's not dramatic. It's more like a quiet, constant shift. And that's why I think this song resonates with so many people. It's about those quiet, internal changes that we might not always notice, but they're still happening. The production in this song also complements the vibe really well. The soft synths in the background give it a dreamy, almost distant feel, like you're reflecting on something in the past. Now, I know some people might listen to this track and think it's too calm, but I think that's exactly what makes it so effective. To some, Getting Older is just a sad song about growing up. But I think there's so much more to it. It's raw and real. And that's what's amazing about it. A great start to an amazing album.
Okay.
A huge slap in the face? Definitely. Billie really knows how to put you for a ride. But do I love it? Yes. I think this song revolves around how Billie has lost the sympathy for the individual, indicating a shift from attachment to indifference. She's been advices from people around like her manager Laura Ramsey to be nicer, however not to the particular person, and also by her friend Drew, who had warned her about the person's negative traits. In this song, Billie acknowledges the person's outward attractiveness, but warns that appearances can be deceiving, pointing to a deeper disillusionment with the individual's true nature. The musical elements are really interesting too. The song blends alternative pop, electropop, and industrial pop elements, characterized by its rebellious tone and straightforward lyrics, which is reminiscent of her earlier work like one of her songs called Copycat. Also, the track uniquely incorporates sound of Billie's pet dog, Shark, barking at the beginning. This addition, personally for me, may serve as a playful response to the concept of catcalling. Barking can be seen as a form of attention-seeking or unwanted noise, similar to how catcalling is often unwanted and disruptive behavior. The inclusion of her dogs could represent Billie's feelings of irritation or discomfort with someone from her past, just like how catcalling can make someone feel uncomfortable. Let's talk about the title name, I Didn't Change My Number. A subtle yet powerful statement of personal strength. If it were to be named something else, I think it wouldn't hit as well. The title, I Didn't Change My Number, is the perfect choice. It encapsulates the essence of the song in a powerful way. It speaks to the emotional distance Billie has created without being overly dramatic. By choosing not to change her number, she is signifying that, while the connection with the person is still technically possible, she has moved on fully. The title evokes the idea of maintaining control over who gets access to you, not by blocking or deleting, but simply by no longer giving that person the emotional space they once had. I remember laughing so hard because of what she was saying. In a good way though, obviously. This song describes petty actions and being gone for good. It's savage, and I live for it. Another underrated one. This song just makes you feel a different way. I don't know how to describe it, but it just makes you feel something that feels so good. From the moment the guitar starts strumming, you know you're gonna get groovy. And as Billie once said,
this song is about sex.
Lyrically, the song feels like a smooth confession, wrapped up in a melody that uses everything without saying too much. Lines like these hit differently. It's about keeping things under wraps, living in the thrill of something hidden, something that belongs only to you. It's like I am knowing about a secret I shouldn't know about. But what's really stunning about this track is how it takes that Bosanova vibe and modernizes it in a way that only Billie can. It's a perfect blend of classic Brazilian influences with that unique Billie touch, soft, seductive, and understated. The production is amazing. The sparse, jazzy Bosanova guitar is my favorite part. It complements Billie's breathy vocals, making every word feel even more meaningful. There's a feeling of control and restraint. I think the lyrics explain it all. Let's listen.
It might be more of an obsession. You really make a strong impression. Nobody saw me in the lobby. Nobody saw me in your arms. I'm not sentimental, but there's something about the way you look tonight. Makes me wanna make them jealous. I'm the only one who does it how you like. You better lock your phone.
The song's vibe is so seductively understated, almost like an inside joke that only a select few are in on. It's the art of restraint, and Billie and Phineas are masters of it. If getting older was the reality of life, and I didn't change my number was a hard slap in the face to someone, Billie Bosanova is a groovy little tune, and sometimes we need songs like that. Very, very underrated, and I hope it will be more appreciated soon, because people are missing out on this amazing heck of a song, and that needs to stop.
I'm not sentimental. I'm not sentimental. I'm not sentimental.
If I said this is one of Billie's best songs, would you believe me? This song is so meaningful and special to me in so many ways, it's nuts. I'm about to go on a yap session, so hope you don't mind. I found this song when it first came out, in July 2020. I was in my bed, scrolling through YouTube, and saw Billie had released a new song, along with a music video, titled My Future. I didn't have social media at the time except for YouTube, so I would have to find out about Billie things on YouTube. I listened, and wow. It left a huge impact on me, and got me through the worst moment in my life. I played that song 24/7, and was one of my top songs on Spotify Wrapped. I made my whole personality my future. My Future was my favorite song ever, and it just made me more excited for the album. This song isn't talked about a lot actually, and that makes me sad. I wish I could tell people what this song got me through, because it really did. Anyway, back to the song. This song is a compelling track that delves into themes of self-discovery, personal growth, and embracing the unknown, reflecting on Billie's introspective journey and growth during a period of isolation. The song opens with Billie expressing a shift in focus towards herself and her aspirations. These lines on the screen convey a profound sense of self-love and anticipation for personal evolution. Billie emphasizes the importance of understanding and prioritizing oneself before seeking external validation or relationships. This sentiment resonates with listeners, including me, navigating their own paths of self-discovery. This song begins as a melancholic ballad, featuring soulful melodies and jazz influences. However, midway, the tempo shifts, introducing an upbeat rhythm that infuses a sense of hope and optimism. This transition mirrors the song's narrative arc, from introspection to an enthusiastic embrace of what's to come. My Future captures this perfect moment of transition, Billie stepping into a space of self-awareness, where her growth becomes undeniable. The song doesn't just feel like a track, it feels like a confession, a quiet personal revelation about putting yourself first. There's this energy of rebellion against the constant pressures to conform to what others accept of you. Billie's subtle rebellion here isn't loud or in your face. It's in the way she takes control of her narrative and says, "I'm not ready to share myself with anyone until I understand what I want." It's almost like a message to anyone who needs reassurance that self-love and independence don't require immediate so relatable.
I'm in love, but not with anybody here. I'll see you in a couple years.
Talk about a switch up. We really go from soft and introspective to just absolute chaos. Throwback to when the album came out in the summer of 2021, I hear this song for the first time. I remember my reaction being somewhat just this face. This song makes me feel so intense and uncomfortable, but in a good way, for example with one of her older songs called Zanny. The song's chorus makes you feel so uncomfortable, but it makes you feel good as well. The same with this song, although I think more intense. Zanny had some pauses and some breaks, specifically the verses, but once you get to the chorus and the bridge, it's just bass, distorted vocals, drums, and just madness. Although with Oxytocin, there's no break, it's just straightforward and getting to the point. It's raw, loud, distorted, makes you feel something so intense. The production is just crazy, heavy bass, synth distortion, breathy vocals. It sounds so industrial, like something you would hear in some random underground club. This song sounds dangerous, like a risk, like she literally screams that she wants to do bad things to the person. Speaking of what she says, the lyrics talk about obsession, desire, and control. It's very physical but also emotional. It feels like a panic and a craving at the same time. The layered whispers and gasps in the pre-chorus actually gives me chills. And the sudden drop-off at the end, like being left hanging. There's this push and pull tension in this song saying, unless you're dead, you're not leaving. This whole song I felt like I was on a side of a cliff, and Billy's about to throw me off. This song's contrast to the album is so insane. It's one of the most loudest, unhinged tracks on the album. Billy's vocal delivery in this song is very aggressive, which was kind of unusual back then, but I really loved it.
I can see clear as day. You don't really need a break. I wanna see that you can take. You should really run away. Other people wanna stay. Other people don't obey. You and me are both the same. You should really run away.
The connection to the title, oxytocin, which is a hormone, specifically the love hormone. It's about how love can get twisted, physical, frantic, and also out of control. It drags you into its world, full of chaos and craving, and leaves you breathless by the end. Also, what the heck do you mean I'm hearing this song at the tour in 97 days as I am writing this right now? Like, what do you mean I'm gonna do the jumping part I wanted to do since the Happier Than Ever tour?
He hath come to the bosom of his beloved, smiling on him. She beareth him to highest heaven. With yearning heart
If you have watched this channel before, you know I love this song. A lot of people see this as just a song you can vibe to, but I think there's more to the picture. The song starts with a beautiful and angelic choir, which is adapted from a classical piece titled Hymn to Vina, which she sang in her children's choir when she was younger. And then in classic Phineas fashion, he sampled it and turned it into a slick, synthy beat. I think this links to something that Billie has mentioned about this song. Billie has mentioned that this song was partially inspired by a familiar singer called Olivia Rodrigo.
They're gonna tell you what you wanna hear, then they're gonna disappear. Gonna claim you like a souvenir just to sell you in a year. You better keep it.
She has stated that she felt a protectiveness over her, and that the song is kind of about her. Olivia is younger than Billie, and she started her career in the music industry very young, which made Billie feel protective and worried about her. A gold wing could symbolize purity, light, or someone gifted and unique. Billie is warning that the world will try to steal that light. With all that, I think it makes this song even more special.
That's good. Summer's in the
The moment Lost Cause starts, you know Billie's about to say something she means. When I first heard this song when it came out as a single, it immediately stood out from all the other singles that had been released. There's something about the tone, the attitude, and the way Billie delivers it that just pulls you in. It's subtle, but powerful, and it marks a shift in the album's energy. If I was looking at the title without listening to the song, I think it would have been a sad song. But once you hit play, it's about moving on. You're Not Worth My Time. It's laid back, confident, and Billie sounds like she knows who she is. The song also makes you feel confident yourself. Whether you've been through a breakup or a relationship or not, this song makes you feel that. Or maybe that's just me. But it does have a relatable narrative. So many people relate to the moment when you stop waiting around for someone to change. It's like an I'm done anthem. Her voice in this song is just everything. The way she sings calm, but in an also mocking tone, and even playful. But underneath there's freedom and frustration. I think the layered emotion adds so much depth. She's not screaming or crying, she's just done. That quiet kind of disappointment is more brutal than yelling. The production is really sick too. It's minimal but also has a smooth, funky bass line, echoey beats, and it's almost dreamy, but also grounded by her voice. Let's listen to these lyrics.
I used to wish you were mine, but that was way before I realized someone like you would always be so easy to find.
The stripped-down, minimal beat mirrors the clarity Billie has gained, like she doesn't need heavy emotion or production to make her point. It's clean, direct, and intentional. It's also got a subversion of vulnerability. Billie usually leans into vulnerability, but here she flips it. She's unbothered, a little smug, even playful. It's like a reversed heartbreak narrative, where the person who should be sad is actually thriving. The blurring ego and empowerment is everything to me. There's this moment in the chorus where you're not sure if she's being cocky or just confident, but that blur is the point. Sometimes empowerment means stepping into a bit of ego to survive what hurt you. Let's be real. So many breakup songs are mourning the loss, but this one just doesn't give two flying damns. That emotional tone, the absence of grief, is louder than any dramatic lyric ever could be. I think what she does in this song is she reclaims the narrative through disinterest. She rewrites the breakup by acting like she barely cares. That disinterest is so bold. It's like she's narrating the story from after the healing, not during the heartbreak. Overall, this song is the perfect definition of it not being about heartbreak, but about realization. No drama, no tears, just clarity. Personally, for me, it's not a favorite. But is it a banger that I will never skip? Absolutely. This song is actually so beautiful. Like, genuinely beautiful is the perfect way to describe it. Everything about it is perfect. Sometimes you don't need a loud, fun track. I mean, you do sometimes, of course. But sometimes you need a song like Haley's Comet. First off, I have started to realize this. I really love when Billie writes a song about love. I feel it's so interesting to see her point of view about it, and her thoughts, and how she feels when she experiences love. Let's talk about the metaphor in this song. Haley's Comet, a real comet that passes by Earth approximately every 76 years. It's super famous because it's visible to the naked eye when it appears, and people throughout history have documented seeing it. This metaphor shows that she compares her feelings for someone to Haley's Comet, rare, unexpected, and powerful. Just like the comet only appears once in a lifetime, her emotions in the song feel like they come out of nowhere, even though she usually doesn't let herself feel that way. It's a very smart metaphor, and I am glad she used it. There's also this unusual vulnerability in this song. The song shows a side of Billie that's soft, hesitant, and maybe even afraid of how much she feels. It's not loud or dramatic, it's quiet honesty. Billie's vocal delivery in this song is absolutely gorgeous. I love when Billie sings like this, similar to a more recent song, titled L'amour de ma vie. When Billie sings like this, it's absolutely breathtaking. Billie's voice is almost whispery, especially in the beginning. It makes it feel super intimate, like she's confessing something she barely wants to admit. The references to stars, comets, and sleep give this sense of emotional and physical distance, like she's far away from the person, or even from herself. The lyrics feel like she's trying to resist falling but can't help it. The first half of the song is super stripped back, slow, and delicate. But then suddenly it swells with emotion in the second half. That change reflects inner conflict, trying not to feel something but eventually giving in.
I'm sitting in my brother's room. Haven't slept in a week or two. I think I might have fallen in love. What am I to do?
For this one, I'm not going to say anything about the song itself. I'm not going to analyze it or explain how it makes me feel. I just want you to listen, really listen, to the words. What Billie says here is powerful and important, and I think it deserves to be heard without any interruptions or added commentary. Enjoy.
Do you know me? Really know me? You have opinions about my opinions. About my music. Some people hate what I wear. Some people praise it. Some people use it to shame others. Some people use it to shame me. But I feel you watching. Always. And nothing I do goes unseen. So while I feel your stares, your disapproval, or your sigh of relief, if I lived by them, I'd never be able to move. Would you like me to be smaller, weaker, softer, taller? Would you like me to be quiet? Do my shoulders provoke you? Does my chest? Am I my stomach, my hips? The body I was born with? Is it not what you wanted? If I wear what is comfortable, I am not a woman. If I shed the layers, I'm a slut. Though you've never seen my body, you still judge it, and judge me for it. Why? We make assumptions about people based on their size. We decide who they are. We decide what they're worth. If I wear more, if I wear less, who decides what that makes me? What that means? Is my value based only on your perception? Or is your opinion of me not my responsibility?
If you didn't know already, this song is a clear response to the media constantly commenting on Billie's body and appearance. It's not subtle. She's calling out the obsession people have with how others look, and how draining and invasive that can feel. It feels like a continuation of that piece. Not my responsibility is like the quiet anger, and overheated is the louder frustration, more direct, more biting. Let's talk about the metaphor in this song. It could symbolize being overwhelmed, under pressure, like the world's spotlight is literally too hot to handle. It's like being emotionally burnt out from constant scrutiny. There's a sense of Billie looking at others and asking, "Why do you care so much? Why are you so obsessed?" She's almost disgusted by the standards the world sets. The production is slick and hypnotic, but also a little cold and unnerving. It matches the feeling of being emotionally detached or frustrated by what's happening around you. She sounds calm, but you can feel the tension underneath. Let's listen to this verse.
I don't really wanna know why it went there. I kinda don't care. You wanna kill me. You wanna hurt me. Stop being flirty. It's kinda working. Did you really think this is the right thing to do? Did I really look just like the rest of you? I'm overheated.
It's like she's trying to stay composed while calling everyone out. There's a voyeuristic feeling, like Billie knows people are always looking at her. She's taking control here, saying, "You don't get to define me." It's subtle power. She's not screaming. She's calmly taking the mic back and setting her own terms. The song questions how society defines what's beautiful. The whole vibe is anti-superficiality, rejecting the pressure to look or act a certain way just to fit into other people's comfort. Even though it's not loud or dramatic, the control she shows in her delivery is powerful. She's not begging to be left alone. She's saying it like a fact. You don't deserve a reaction. The hypnotic, almost claustrophobic beat mimics the obsessive media cycle, just going round and round with the same criticisms, the same expectations. Even the way she sings, so cool and emotionless, adds to this vibe of burnout. I hope this song gets more recognition, because this is a side of Billie that we haven't seen before, and I hope we can get more of in the future. Everybody Dies is one of the most haunting and emotional songs Billie has ever written. It's raw, stripped down, and painfully honest. In this song, she talks about the inevitability of death, how it's a part of life, and how isolating and scary that can feel. Billie's voice sounds so soft and vulnerable, almost like she's having a conversation with herself. The lyrics aren't just about fearing death, but about feeling alone in it, and how no one can truly prepare you for the fact that everything ends someday. There's this heartbreaking acceptance in the way she sings, like she's trying to comfort herself and everyone listening at the same time. The production is really minimal too, with just gentle instrumentals underneath, which makes the words hit even harder. It feels like you're floating through space with her, stuck between fear and acceptance, not sure which one to lean into. This song reminds you that no matter how much we distract ourselves or try to avoid it, we're all moving toward the same end. And somehow, Billie makes that terrifying idea feel almost peaceful. This song also shows how Billie has matured emotionally. She's not trying to deny that death is scary. She's learning how to live with that fear instead of running from it. Let's listen to this verse.
I don't wanna cry, some days I do, but not about you. It's just a lot to think about, the world I'm used to, the one I can't get back, at least not for a while. I sure have a knack for seeing life more like a child.
Her voice sounds almost detached at times, like she's forcing herself to stay calm, but you can hear the heartbreak underneath. The stripped-back piano and quiet production leave so much empty space, and it makes the loneliness and sadness in the lyrics even heavier. It feels like sitting alone with your thoughts at night when everything is still and you can't escape the reality of life and death. The way her voice almost cracks in some parts shows how real and raw the emotion is. The song doesn't rush. It moves slowly, almost like it's carrying the weight of everything Billie is trying to say. The way it gradually fades out mirrors how life can slip away without warning. It's such a vulnerable and honest moment on the album because it doesn't try to offer fake hope. It just sits with the truth, even though it's uncomfortable. That's what makes it hit so hard. You can also feel how personal the song is to her. It's like she's letting you into her most private fears, but somehow making you feel less alone in your own. It's beautiful, it's sad, and it's one of those songs that leaves you sitting in silence even after it's over. Your Power feels like one of the most fragile yet powerful songs on the album. It's soft, acoustic, and stripped back, but somehow it carries so much weight. Billy's voice is almost whisper-like at times, as if she's telling you a secret that's too heavy to speak out loud. The song talks about the abuse of power, especially by those in positions of control, and how devastating the impact can be on someone's life. It feels deeply personal, but also sadly universal, like she's not just telling one story but speaking for so many people. The lyrics are direct but still poetic, hitting harder because they don't over-explain. They just exist in their own raw truth. There's this haunting sadness under every word, like even the guitar itself is holding its breath. You can tell that this song wasn't made to be catchy or dramatic. It was made to make you think. Let's listen to this verse.
How dare you? And how could you? Will you only feel bad when they find out if you could take it all back? Would you?
And to make you uncomfortable in the best way. It's not a song that shouts at you. It just quietly tells you something awful and leaves you to feel it. Every second of Your Power feels delicate but loaded, like it's daring you to listen closer and really understand what's being said. Billy captures the complexity of feeling betrayed by someone you once trusted, and the slow, painful process of realizing that trust was never deserved. It's a song that stays with you long after it's over, not because it forces itself on you, but because it speaks a kind of truth that's impossible to forget. When she says, "Try not to abuse your power," it feels like she's talking not just to one person, but to everyone who's ever held control over someone else. It forces you to sit with it, to really think about the harm that can be done even when it's not loud or obvious. The whole vibe is like a quiet confession, almost like a diary entry she's letting us read, but it's full of so much meaning underneath. It's uncomfortable but necessary, and that's what makes it so brilliant. You can also hear how personal it feels, like she's speaking from experience, but also making it relatable to so many others. It's not just about one story. It's about a whole pattern that happens over and over, and she captures it so gently but so painfully at the same time. The pauses in the song, the way the music almost breathes between lines, give you time to really feel what she's saying. And the way her voice sounds so fragile at times makes it even more real. It's like she's holding back tears while staying strong enough to deliver the message. The vulnerability in this song is unmatched. It reminds you how much bravery it takes to call out something so wrong, especially when it's so personal. Billy doesn't dramatize it. She just lays it out in its rawest form, and it hits harder because of that. This is a song that makes you listen, even if you want to look away. It's soft, but it's devastating. NDA is a glitchy, raw portrayal of the psychological weight of fame and loss of control. The song opens with a haunting, almost robotic energy that immediately sets an eerie tone, as Billy sings about signing contracts and silencing people, already making the listener feel tense and on edge. As the beat kicks in, the production becomes distorted, pulsing, and unstable, perfectly mirroring the chaos she feels in her personal life. Lyrically, it's dark and vulnerable. She's reflecting on stalkers outside her house, trying to date in secret, and the fear of being used or watched. But rather than sounding weak, her delivery is cold, sharp, and confrontational, like she's reclaiming power in the only way she can. The vocal layers make you feel like you're trapped inside her mind. Breathy whispers clash with warped pitches, and it's impossible to ignore how alone she sounds. One of the most striking moments is the scream-like distortion at the end. Not a scream you hear, but one you feel, hidden beneath all the noise. It's like a buildup of everything she's kept in. Anger, fear, exhaustion. There's no neat resolution, just a fade out into silence. And that's what makes it so powerful. The song doesn't try to comfort. It leaves you with discomfort and questions, just like fame has left her. The title itself, NDA, Non-Disclosure Agreement, is a symbol of how transactional and guarded Billy's relationships have become. It's not just a legal term. It's a metaphor for how she has to protect herself constantly, even in the most human moments. There's a robotic and detached tone to her voice, especially in the verses, that makes it feel like she's numb, like she's reciting facts she's forced to live with, not feel through. The line, "Did I take it too far?" stands out, a flash of self-awareness and insecurity that pierces through the cold production. It's like she's questioning her own boundaries, her identity, and her decisions. The tension between the lyrics and the production is wild. It sounds almost danceable, but when you actually listen to what she's saying, it's devastating. That contradiction feels like a reflection of fame itself, glossy on the outside, isolating underneath.
Did I take it too far? Now I know what you are. You hit me so hard. I saw stars. Think I took it too far. When I sold you my heart, how'd it get so dark? I saw stars. I'm not your friend or anything, damn.
Therefore, I Am bursts with confidence and attitude, showing Billy at her most defiant and playful. The track pulls you in instantly with a hypnotic, bouncy beat that feels both effortless and sharp. Billy's delivery slides between cool nonchalance and razor-sharp precision, creating this feeling of someone fully in control of their space. The production is minimalist yet punchy, with a pulsing rhythm that keeps everything moving, and an undercurrent of swagger that makes the song feel bold without trying too hard. There's a sense of tension and release in the way the beat drops and shifts, keeping you hooked all the way through. Billy balances lightness and edge in her voice, bringing a sense of mischief and power that makes the track both fun and commanding. You can feel the pushback against outside pressures, not through heavy-handed anger, but with a playful, teasing confidence. The atmosphere feels carefree on the surface, but there's an undeniable strength in the way Billy moves through the track, like someone completely unbothered by expectations or judgment. The production leans into that same vibe, with tight percussion and bass that lock you into the groove, while leaving just enough space for Billy's voice to shine at the center. It's the sound of someone shaking off pressure, stepping into their own power, and doing it with a grin. The track's energy feels contagious, pulling the listener into that same fearless headspace. The way the song fades out leaves a lingering energy, like a smirk that hangs in the air even after the music stops, as if Billy's presence stays with you long after the last beat. What's especially striking is how Billy plays with control, both in the sound and the energy. There's no rush, no need to overdo anything. Every beat and every vocal choice feels intentional, making the song feel effortless but sharp. The use of the space in the mix is really interesting too. There are moments where it feels minimal and a bit more calmer, but still giving that cool vibe. And there's parts where Billy goes all in, like the chorus. This song is pretty well known overall from Billy's discography, and you know what? Deservedly so. It's a great song, and I love it.
I'm not your friend or anything, damn. You think that you're the man, I think therefore I am. I'm not your friend or anything, damn. You think that you're the man, I think therefore I am.
Happier Than Ever begins with a quiet, intimate atmosphere that immediately draws you in. There's a softness to the guitar, and Billy's voice that feels almost like a confession. as if she's letting the listener into a deeply personal space. It's delicate but weighty. Every word carries emotion. Every pause feels intentional. You can sense the heartbreak and disappointment layered beneath the gentle delivery, giving the performance a bittersweet and reflective tone. The production stays minimal, creating a sense of space that allows the vulnerability in her voice to shine through. There's something about the pacing that feels almost hesitant, as though she's carefully choosing every word, letting each line hang in the air just long enough to hit you. The emotion isn't loud or explosive here. It's quiet, restrained, and that's what makes it so powerful. It feels like she's walking you through her thoughts in real time, giving you a glimpse into a private, emotional moment. The way the song unfolds creates this slow, aching tension, and as you listen, you can feel something building beneath the surface, hinting that what's coming next will be even more intense. The way she breathes between lines adds to the sense of vulnerability, as if she's working through her emotions with each passing second. It's the kind of raw, unguarded moment that makes you feel like you're hearing her heart laid bare. The subtle guitar work is almost whispering along with her, giving a sense of fragile intimacy, and the slight reverb adds a haunting quality, like her thoughts are echoing in her mind. There's a simplicity in the production that allows you to focus entirely on the message. No distractions, just the emotion in her voice and the lyrics. As the song progresses, you feel the weight of her words settle in, each line carving deeper into your heart. There's a sense of inevitability in the way it's building, a quiet anticipation that you can't quite place, but you know something's coming. It's a beautifully crafted opening that pulls you in and holds you close, making you lean in, waiting for the moment when everything shifts. And then
you call me again, drunk in your Benz, driving home under the influence. You scared me to death, but I'm wasting my breath, 'cause you only listen to your fucking friends. I don't relate to you, I don't relate to you, no, 'cause I'd never treat me this shitty. You made me hate this city.
the second part of Happier Than Ever is a raw explosion of emotion, filled with years of frustration, regret, and a yearning for release. Billy's tone here sharpens dramatically, as though she's suddenly breaking free from the weight of everything she's kept bottled up. As she sings, you can almost feel the walls around her coming down, brick by brick. Her voice, now strong and defiant, rises above the distortion of the guitars, echoing the feeling she's carried with her for far too long. It's a jarring contrast to the softness of the earlier part of the song, making her words feel even more significant. There's no more holding back. Billy's no longer suppressing her anger or sadness.
You ruined everything good. Always said you were misunderstood. Made all my moments your own. Just fucking leave me alone.
Male Fantasy closes the album in a beautifully raw and understated way, stripping everything back to just Billy's voice and a simple guitar. First of all, this song is me. No, for real though, this song is probably one of the top 5 songs that I relate to from Billy, and just music in general. It's so special to me. This song saved my life, and I'm so grateful Billy made it. Ever since it came out, I listen to it 24/7. So if that doesn't show how much I love this song, then I don't know what is. Also, nobody remind me of how it got removed off the set list. I'm still grieving. Anyways, back to the song. From the start, it feels deeply personal, like we're overhearing a private moment or a late-night confession. The song reflects on heartbreak, but not in the typical loud or dramatic way. Instead, it's quiet, internal, filled with conflicting emotions. Billy sings about trying to distract herself, watching things that are supposed to help but only highlight how numb and disconnected she feels. There's this tension between wanting to move on and being unable to escape the weight of what she's feeling. Her vocal delivery is so soft and fragile it almost sounds like she's on the verge of breaking, and yet it's also incredibly controlled. Let's listen to this verse, which I honestly relate to the most.
I got a call from a girl I used to know. We were inseparable years ago. Thought we'd get along, but it wasn't so. And it's all I think about when I'm behind the wheel. I worry this is how I'm always gonna feel, but nothing lasts, I know the deal.
I know I've said this probably before, but this song truly got me through so much stuff when I was little, and even now. It truly saved my life. I don't know what would have happened if Billy didn't release this song. Even the lyrics that just played truly couldn't describe my life any better. Instead of offering any answers or resolution, Billy just stays with the discomfort, the lingering ache, the unresolved questions, just silence, reflection, and the quiet realization that sometimes we carry our pain alone, and that's part of being human.
Can't get over you, no matter